Good evening. We present the news summary. Jubilant supporters of President-elect Weval Ramkalawan are on the streets tonight celebrating his party's electoral wins. Thousands of l'Union Démocratique Sicilwa loyalists have packed the center of town for a spontaneous street party. Some had come hoping to glimpse the country's next leader as he drove to meet the outgoing president at State House. The celebrations brought traffic to a virtual standstill, and it's expected more people will pack the area tonight. Among the crowds of people of all ages were political figures from the opposition, which will now form the next government. And Mr. Ramkalawan beat Danifo by almost 55% to 43.5% of votes in the presidential contest to take his place at State House. Alain Saint-Onge scored just 1.6%. L'Union Démocratique Sicilwa also gained more than two-thirds of National Assembly seats, the threshold needed to pass new laws. And the new president-elect has declared there were no losers and no winners in the elections that have swept his party to power. Instead, Mr. Ramkalawan described the countries as the ultimate winner.
Arriving in his presidential motorcade, perhaps for the last time, Danifo came to Sakos Tower to learn his fate. Inside, a greeting of friends, not political foes, before confirmation of what some had waited decades for.
I hereby declare Mr. Weval John Charles Ramkalawan as the elected candidate for the presidential election.
Not quite a landslide, but a decisive win for Mr. Ramkalawan, and the president-elect was careful not to crow.
In these elections, there were no losers, there were no winners. Our country was given the opportunity to come out as the ultimate winner.
He paid tribute to the outgoing leader and his campaign running mate, as well as the absent third presidential contender Alain Saint-Onge, before reaching out to the man whose job he'd finally won on the seventh attempt.
There are a lot of things that you and I will accomplish for our beautiful country, Seychelles. So thank you very much, Mr. Faure, for everything that you do.
The outgoing leader conceded victory gracefully.
M'ont accepté décision et volonté.
And congratulated his successor. In the National Assembly polls, LDS scooped 20 directly elected seats, gaining 5 proportionals, giving them 25 in total. United Seychelles won in 6 districts, adding 4 proportional seats. It gives LDS a two-thirds majority and power.
The one thing that I will be asking all ministers in the government is, when they are asked a question, go to the National Assembly, answer the question. Don't play around with our people. Answer the question, tell them the truth.
The biggest political upheaval in decades was underway, with change at the top and promises of transformation throughout Seychelles society.
And the president-elect Weval Ramkalawan, accompanied by his vice president Ahmed Afif, met with outgoing President Danifo at the State House this afternoon. The meeting to discuss the transition process was held behind closed doors. Mr. Ramkalawan went around the Independence Avenue after leaving State House to greet his supporters who had been in the area since early morning. The inauguration ceremony for the newly elected president, Weval Ramkalawan, and his vice president, Ahmed Afif, will take place tomorrow, Monday, October the 26th at 4:30 p.m. at State House. The president's office, the office of the outgoing president, has also announced that the outgoing president, has declared tomorrow, Monday the 26th of October, as a public holiday according to Section 5 of the Public Holidays Act. One Seychelles presidential candidate, Alain Saint-Onge, sent a congratulatory message following Weval Ramkalawan's election as the 5th president of Seychelles. Mr. Saint-Onge, who did not attend the results ceremony, thanked his team for their support and congratulated President-elect for his win, calling on him to lead with integrity and to encourage peace amongst the people. There has also been congratulatory messages from the United States, Great Britain, and France. This was a news summary. Thank you for your attention.